What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this, I want to break down what's happening with Tesla stock and the overall markets. I'm also going to break down some very important data that just came out that's very important and how things are looking on the charts for SPY and the others. But before I break the devil's information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am personally not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And don't forget about the Weeble link. The offer ends very soon. Deposit $500 and you're guaranteed 20 free stocks. The offer ends in just about a week. Anyways, for Tesla on the 4-hour time frame, the PPO is about to get a bullish cross right here, and Tesla's got a nice breakout. Remember, we opened up in the very, very low 170s. We managed to run all the way up to about 177 so far. Tesla's up almost 4%, holding up very, very well. And SPY is also making new all-time highs again and again, pushing up over 1.26%. The Q is up 1.49%. The market is continuing to squeeze and it's holding up very nicely. But please remember that the market's pushing so far because the inflationary data, every metric of inflation was below expectations. Pretty much everything from core CPI year over year, all items CPI month over month, everything was below expectations. The market is loving it, and we're seeing this squeeze. Now, I mentioned to everyone in my earlier videos that there's going to be a big move coming for Tesla in the markets, and that's exactly what's happening. We did call this. I did tell you if we got a decent CPI, the market's going to likely run, and that's exactly what's happening so far. I also told you during the pre-markets that the market would likely see upside. That's what's happening. We called pretty much everything. Now, what's going to happen is we have the interest rate hike decision coming out from the Fed. So at 2 p.m., expect some volatility. I'm very confident the Fed is going to keep rates the same, not really do anything too crazy. But what I am going to be concerned about will be this. We have the FOMC economic projections. So we're going to be looking to see, will the Fed announce one rate cut in the future? Is it going to be two or three? We'll just have to wait and see what they are projecting for the end of the year. That's going to have a big effect on the markets. Considering the fact that the inflationary data was aligned with expectations, the Fed might not be too hawkish. Jerome Powell might also try to pump the markets. We'll see what he says at 2:30 p.m. That's a little bit tricky to predict because technicals kind of go out the window and then the market starts reacting to what Jerome Powell starts saying. So we still have the FOMC meeting starting in just a couple of hours. So get ready, guys. I'll be talking more about that a little bit later on. As far as Tesla goes, I'm seeing a lot of headlines about this, how Tesla's claiming that it has two Optimus humanoid robots now working autonomously in the factories. That's actually very, very great news. I can't wait to see what else Tesla develops from this because Elon Musk said that every single one of these robots will be a very, very big assets to the company. They're each going to have their own capabilities, and there's a lot of big achievements that are coming out. So, with the robots now doing very, very simple tasks in the lab environments based on the human inputs, that's actually very, very useful. I know they're saying that it's like a puppet right now, so it's kind of like following its counterparts, but that this is a lot of progress. I'm actually excited to see what Tesla develops from this, and from a technical standpoint, that makes me very, very bullish for the long term, if I'm going to be very, very frank. So what's happening to Tesla? On the 4-hour time frame, we actually approached our 200 EMA at 176.28. We did pop a little bit above it. Now we're just testing the 176 resistance area. If we continue to hold above this, our next target will be 178, then 180. And our support is currently around this 174 area for Tesla, alongside 173. Tesla is back within the range, but it's showing some life as the market's trying to rebound. Why is Tesla pushing? Because the inflationary data came in line with expectations. This incentivizes the Fed to be less hawkish, and we could be looking for an announcement of a rate cut very soon, before the end of the year for sure, within the next few months, as long as we continue to get good data. If the Fed does give us a rate cut, Tesla, at least for the short term, the market may like that. For the medium term, the market could see a big change depending on what happens to the economy. If things start breaking, then yes, things could change. But I just want to say that for now, Tesla is looking at this in an optimistic manner because rate hikes and such are very, very important for Tesla. They affect Tesla. It's very, very interest rate hike sensitive. So for now, with the Fed being incentivized to be hawkish, this is encouraging Tesla to run, and so far it's holding up very well. Watch resistance at our 200 EMA, 176.25. If this breaks, we have 178 and 180 coming. We have support down here around this 173 area. Tesla is still looking more bullish, holding up, but watch resistance. For SPY, we got an absolutely monstrous breakout breaking through all these resistance levels. Basically, when you zoom out, my level was 544 to watch, where I called that out in the morning. That's exactly where SPY went to when it peaked today so far. If we break that, 545 will be watched. If we lose 542, it could start sinking. As of right now, we're at some tough resistance, but SPY did a very, very good job at pumping. So far, so good from SPY. Overall, it's still more bullish than bearish. It still favors upside. So far, it's holding up very, very well. For Nvidia is also trying to push up very nicely. We're gonna be looking for a nice push all the way up towards, this resistance. We have 127's resistance and then 126, and we have support currently at 124.5. If we lose that, we'll be dipping all the way down towards basically the 123 area. So all the way down here. As of right now, we're holding up well on Nvidia near the all-time high, and I think we're going to continue to test 126. Still looking more bullish. Bitcoin, we're breaking out towards 70,000, looking pretty good to fill this imbalance. So far, it's looking a little bit more bullish. I could see it push a little bit more. For the triple Q is looking pretty good right now, pushing up to our target. I called out 475 in the morning. That's where we went to. If that breaks, I'll be looking at every single one of these levels. So we basically have 476 and 477.5 as resistance. I'll be watching those levels. If that breaks, we'll get very close to 480 essentially, and our support is at 474. If this fails, let's watch 472.5. Overall, we're holding up very well. We are favoring bulls. The chart looks bullish in my personal opinion. Aapl just exploded. We dipped a bit. We actually broke past 210. And I called this out yesterday. I said if we broke 210, watch 215. We're actually continuing to squeeze on Aapl. So the squeeze is just continuing from here. We actually broke past this 215 area, so I'm going to be watching that as support. Then we also have basically 214 below that. And then right now our resistance is exactly at 216. So the tight levels right now, but it's still looking bullish. If this breaks, I'll be watching 217.5 as our next target. Overall, Aapl is on fire. It's still looking more bullish. For a few more, Supermicro, we called out 800. That's exactly where we are right now, testing our 50 EMA. So we'll see how it does there. Watch it shuffle at 800. We'll see if that breaks or not. Coinbase, I called out in the morning this imbalance to fill at 260. That's exactly where we went to. We'll see if it breaks. If it breaks, I watch 264. If it rejects here, we'll be dipping back down to this 255 area. So far, watch a test of 260, see how it reacts. Amazon's more bullish. We actually came very close to our target of the area. We need to we need to see if this could break 188. If we do so, I'll be looking for 190. If we fail to do so, we'll be dipping, but overall it looks more bullish. Meta, on the other hand, it pumped to about just under 520. Now it's coming back down, showing some weakness, but as long as we're above 500, we're still in a good place. So I think that we'll be watching this wick right here as previous resistance becoming support around 503. So watch 503 and 505 as supports. If you lose that, look for 500. Showing some weakness on Meta because of some bad news that came out. So look for a little dip before it tries to bounce again, but so far it's holding up well. GameStop, we got to try to hold this 30 area. If we hold this, I'm going to be looking for a big push soon. We could be pushing into the 35 plus area, but we have to hold 30. We're just shuffling for now. As long as we close above that, we could be pushing higher. AMC also has upside for $6, at least later on. I see potential in this, so I'll give this some time as well. With that being said, guys, Tesla's still holding up very well, showing some strength. Very, very awesome to see Tesla finally pushing back up after getting a red day yesterday. So it's great to see. Then we also have the shareholder events tomorrow. I'll focus more on that a little bit later. For now, the focus is on FOMC. So get ready, guys. FOMC starts very soon. In a couple of hours, we have the rate hike decision and the economic projections coming out from the Fed. And overall, I think Tesla will shuffle in this area, but it's still holding up very well, showing some strength. And let's see how Tesla holds. Let's see if Tesla could hold above this resistance. Can we try to break 176.28 and hold above it? We need to continue to hold this. If we do so, it could push more, and we're looking more bullish, technically speaking. All right. So thank you for listening. Have a great day, guys. Tesla's attempting to squeeze. Let's see if we continue to hold. And so far, it's looking pretty good. We'll wait for FOMC for the next reaction, and I'll be back in a few hours. Thanks for listening, guys, and peace out.